What up, though? I am Jay the Gentleman. That's at JAI the Gentleman on IG and Facebook. It's Wednesday, so this is a new episode of Dear Black Gay Men podcast. It's our short bullshit free step out of our comfort zone to talk about all the emotional ups and downs along the journey to happiness. Hopefully, this is our midweek reminder of how dope it is to be black gay men who love black gay men. I am Jay the Gentleman. This is Dear Black Gay Men podcast. Now let's get into the episode. Can we talk about kinks? Like, have a real conversation about kinks. I thought I was a nudist, but G Smalls, the way he be carrying on Instagram, got me beat. I used to think that nudism was about resorts in the woods with either old white straight fat couples walking around barefoot or niggas with big dicks who wanted to show them off. Or people said stuff like, I want to keep my light bill low, so they just walk around their house naked in the summertime or smoke a blunt on the back porch with their dick swinging. I thought at the time, that's gotta make me us black culture. That's gotta be what nudism is. But I think that black culture has some misconceptions about what actual nudism is. Yes, it involves being naked, but nudism, like several kinks, is much deeper than that.
It's not even about having a big dick. I know I give y'all a little dick print every now and again on Instagram.
It's not fucking outside because you can't host and he ain't got no car. And it's not about laziness because DoorDash just got dropped off and you don't want to put pants on to go get your food. Nudism, just like any kink, is much deeper than opportunity and convenience. That's when I thought about shaving. Answering the door naked to pick up your food is hot. I have done it many times, especially when you go back to the sofa and finish that series that you've been binging on a lazy Saturday. That brings us to this week's sponsor. This episode of Dear Black Gay Men podcast is brought to you by iElevate Plus TV. iElevate Plus TV is a streaming platform curated specifically for Black LGBTQIA plus listeners. It's the home of classics like Dirty Laundry starring Rockman Dunbar, Jennifer Lewis, and Loretta Devine, or new web series like Love and Us from screenwriter Jay Penn. iElevate Plus TV is the perfect addition to your chill date nights at the crib, watching content made especially for you. You can visit iElevatePlusTV.com to subscribe, and you can watch my interviews with the stars of Love and Us on the Dear Black Gay Men YouTube channel. The link is in the description. Shaving and G Smalls being so open about his nudism journey got me thinking about black gay culture broadly in general. But let me back up, give you some context. I'm a member of a nudist group. It was started by a friend of mine, and we do cabin trips once, maybe twice a year. I've had a couple nudist game nights here at my house. Everything that we do is some level of clothing optional. One time, I hosted a white t-shirt Winnie the Pooh game night. It was Winnie the Pooh because just like Winnie the Pooh, it was, you could wear something on top, nothing on bottom with consent. And white t-shirt because people could write messages on your t-shirt. I had permanent markers all throughout. We played Taboo, we played Spades, we had a good time. But when someone wanted to leave you a message, if they were bold, they'd write it on the front of your white shirt so you can read it as they're writing it. If they were a little more shy, or maybe they had a reason, they would write it on the back, maybe the shoulder or the sleeve, and you would read it, when you went to the bathroom or when you got home. The group is lit, and we've got another cabin trip coming up. By the time y'all see this, the cabin trip will probably have been a couple weeks ago. So don't hit me up being like, when is it? Can I go? Sorry, you missed this one. Either way, as I'm preparing for this cabin trip in true gay fashion, I was thinking through what I needed to pack days before we left. And you'd be surprised at all the things you got to pack to spend 4 days naked in the woods in a cabin with a whole bunch of black men. I scheduled a haircut. I got set up an appointment to get my feet done. I thought about shaving some parts of my body. I was going to nair the others. And then I thought, why the fuck would I do that? I don't like shaving. And if you leave nair on 1 second too long, it's an absolute disaster. If shaving is such a chore, Why would I put myself through that? I became a nudist because one of my friends says the act of admiring your body in its purest form is revolutionary. Then, one step further, the act of sharing that admiration in its purest form is healing. G. Smalls is a restaurateur in Atlanta. He founded the Gentleman's Ball and has written his latest book, Black Enough, Man Enough. It's right here on my shelf. He started sharing his life as a nudist on Instagram and Twitter. To me, it's nothing vulgar, just a black man being black and loving it. So imagine I'm about to spend a weekend with a group of men naked at a cabin, and I'm stressing about if my feet are done and how much hair on my body is appropriate. Meanwhile, G is gallivanting ass out on IG without a care. That's when I got the lesson. It's healthy to take pride in getting ready. Putting on your good things, looking good, smelling good. It's a freeing experience. I feel like I look pretty good now. And if you were here, I smell amazing. Thanks to my best friend. When we look good, I truly believe that we feel good.
You ever think you were depressed, but you just really needed a haircut?
Black gay men are able to put it on with the best of them. We have the flyest shoe collections. This is my shoe of choice for today. The most exclusive garments at our disposal, and we have the styling ability to pull it all together in the most unexpected ways. But what does that matter? Does it truly matter if we don't authentically appreciate the body underneath all them clothes? Can we truly love ourselves and the clothes and the shoes and the manicures and the haircuts if we haven't taken real stock of the love that we have without all those things? If we look in the mirror, ass naked, between haircuts and no shave, can we really say we love ourselves? But I think the bigger lesson is that kink culture, kinks, fetishes, it's essential to Black gay culture. Hear me out. I go to First Fridays here in Atlanta. Onyx is a leather and kink group for Black gay men. Every month on the first Friday, they take over one of the clubs and for one night. I have never felt so free. You go in there, there are hairy bodies and big bodies and little bodies with big dicks and little dicks and big asses and flat asses and leather and lace and femme and mask and everything. Every kind of Black person is in there. It's one of the first times that I can remember being in a space where all Black bodies were radically accepted, regardless of interest, regardless of expression. Deviant does monthly parties here and in several cities across the country, all focused on being radically sex positive. They printed no body shaming, no slut shaming on all their marketing, and I go to their events to experience us. We used to have the Den where Black men can go and be Black. Now, hopefully, this podcast is working in the same vein of radically accepting us in all the ways that we are. Kink lifestyles and fetishes are set up to force us to radically accept ourselves. You can't be an insecure you can be any kind of nudist you want to be. But whether you've got back rolls or a micro dick or bad feet, nudist culture will accept you, I believe. However you come. And in doing so, what I have experienced is that acceptance encourages me to accept myself, however I come. Other kinks like doms and submissives. Submission is earned.
Yes, the submission is earned.
The language we're not saying, the language we're not saying is I earn your submission. Regardless of mannerism or identity or skill level, the exchange between the two says, I see you. If we look at any aspect of kink life, whether you're a vanilla novice or you're into golden showers and sounding, Google it. Kinksters are set up to see each other wherever they are and accept each other as they show up in whatever space they are in. I think the unfortunate truth, though, about Black gay culture is that black men only really experience that level of acceptance when we're fucking. Once I slide my dick in you, I don't care how femme you are. I don't care how high your voice is. I don't care about your shoes or your clothes. I don't care about your income or your ambition. Once I feel that hole open up and it gets a little wet, I'm ready. Or once you see what this mouth do. It doesn't matter what my pronouns are or if my mama knows that I'm one of the girls. Your eyes rolling back while I'm tickling them balls. You don't have to worry about if I said I was non-binary or if I'm wearing Nikes with my Adidas tracksuit. Note, I would never wear Nikes with an Adidas tracksuit. We might slut shame each other. We might femme shame each other. We might out shame or bottom shame. We might masculine shame or top shame, clothes shame, skin shame, color shame, or whatever shame with our clothes on. But as soon as we start fucking, all of a sudden we're radically accepting. I think it's because we don't intrinsically see the value in each other until we're naked. Until you serve a purpose in my life, until you actively helping me bust this nut, Black gay culture allows us to justify hurting and shaming each other because deep down, I think we're all hurt and we've been shamed a little bit. Kinksters, I think, fix the problem because they remove sex from the equation. Yes, kinks can lead to sex. They often involve sex in some kind, but they don't have to. If I show up naked, whether we fucking or not, how can I be ashamed? Or how can I shame others? If I arrive in my leather and we're the same, how can we judge each other? Where's the judgment if I like receiving golden showers and you like giving them? Where's the shame if we're both into voyeurism or nudism or exhibitionism? How can we other someone, anybody, when we are both the same? But the gotcha is every day, in every way, Black men all arrive in every space wearing the same gear. I'm using the air quotes around that. Our kink is being Black. Our gear is the skin we're in. And every day, in every way, we all show up into the same scene. Being Black. But I don't think that Black culture, like kink culture, got the lesson of acceptance as a default. So, dear Black gay men, piss on that nigga. He might like it. That was our show. Next time, there's one question every Black gay guy has to ask, but hates answering. I'm gonna break it down once and for all. I am Jay the Gentleman. That's at JAI the Gentleman on IG and Facebook. If this episode made you feel a little more dope, be sure to subscribe on YouTube, like the video, and share it with someone who needs a dopeness reminder. Dear Black Gay Men podcast is new every Wednesday. You can stream it on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. We need more 5-star ratings. So head to your favorite podcast platform and let us know exactly what you think of the show. We go live on YouTube Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern with our interview series, Dear Black Gay Men Live. So follow at Dear Black Gay Men on socials so you never miss a thing. I am Jay the Gentleman. This has been Dear Black Gay Men podcast, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.